Miss Linda here. So one of the biggest shifts that I had to learn when I was making the change from being a 50-50 career obsessed woman to be a fully provided for stay-at-home wife is to allow my man to provide for me. Now, this is easily one of the biggest mental shifts that you will have to make if you want to really allow your man to step up and look after you as a woman. Now, the reason why I brought this up is I got a DM from this babe, and she's been in a relationship with this guy, and it's a long distance relationship, but I have my own entire perception about long distance, but I can't really knock off because my first engagement came from someone who, I mean, we were together, but he spent quite a bit of his time away. So anyway, long story short is she started this relationship, um, having to pay her ticket to go and visit this man. So the arrangement was she pays for the ticket, and then when she gets to wherever they are, he pays for the accommodation. And in my mind, I am thinking, why are you paying to be with a man? Why are you paying to be with a man? And this is the kind of mentality that so many women have, especially if you are like a high achieving masculine woman, and you probably don't realize you are a high achieving masculine woman because for you maybe it's normal to like have money for rent. Even at my son's school, I meet wives who are the ones who are taking care of the home, and the men are house husbands. And I have nothing against such arrangements if that's what you want. But most of the times, in fact, there's one who every time we meet for Parents' Day, Sports Day, like she sits and she complains to me throughout the entire period in terms of how frustrated she is. Yeah? So the thing is, if you want to be taken care of by a man, you have to create that space for him to step up. And he can only step up if you allow him to provide. If you're being so self sufficient, if you're being so reliable, if you can look after yourself, this man is probably like, okay, so what role am I going to play in this woman's life? Even if he's married you, eventually he'll feel like, okay, there's really no space for me to do anything. Men need a purpose in a woman's life. Men need to feel needed. And I know so many of these like strong independent women will be like, oh Linda, why do I have to make myself small so that my man can feel masculine? It's not making yourself small. You admitting, you positioning yourself in the right state, which is your receptive state, which is the state that where you can be able to lean back and relax and allow him to look after you, is really a place that requires vulnerability on your part. It also requires for you to just trust that this man can actually look after you and your children. And so many women do not want to, they're so fixated in terms of wanting to control scenarios, and they think they are being smart by being so controlling. But what that does is it shows this man that you don't trust him to lead you. You don't trust him to care for you. And any man at some point he'll be like, if this woman doesn't trust me to look after her, I might as well as go and look for other options. And then what happens? You end up bitter, angry, resentful, sick, and you watch your man go and be with another woman and is being everything that you always dreamt of being, just simply because you have this hard exterior that you don't want him to provide and look after you. Because deep down, the root of the problem is you really don't feel worthy. You don't feel worthy. So one of the biggest mental shifts is you have to be in a receptive space. You have to be the kind of woman who can receive. And you can start practicing this by the little small things. Like even around the house, ask him to help you like open stuff. Even that wine bottle or even soda bottle, allow him to open it up for you. Even something simple like the car doors. Slow yourself down, let him open. Of course, at first he'll be like, he probably won't even recognize what's happening because you've trained him in such a way that like you don't need him to step up and do anything chivalrous or anything gentlemanly. Like you conditioned him to like believe that whatever basic treatment he's giving you, that's what you are worth. So it will mean you going back to retrain yourself, first of all, to believe that you can have a man who can even pour for you water in the restaurant without you having to reach for the bottle and open. That you have a man who can help you reach for the jar in the kitchen without you going over and above. And it also means you being able to ask for help. And asking for help is not that kind of, can you come and open the kitchen door? It's being able to really like just ask nicely. You know, the way like kids ask you, Mommy, will you please buy me XYZ? Even if you don't have money, I'm telling you, that request will register in your mind. And the next time you have money, you will remember that your son asked you for a gift. So create space. Allow yourself to receive. Remember, this hard exterior you've built around yourself, you've had to develop that hard shell because of so many things that you saw growing up, maybe at home, so many things that you had women, you know, you are taught, maybe you never even felt beautiful, maybe you never ever felt worthy, and now that you're married, you're like, oh my God, I am so lucky that I even have this husband, so let me prove to him that I am this good wife, that I'm this woman who is worthy of him. No. Take a step back, reprogram yourself slowly, and this is some of the stuff that we are talking about in my Reset Your Relationship membership. We really are going deep. We really are taking a deep dive because I realized many times women are coming to me with questions about, oh, my man no longer spends Friday nights with me. I'm always by myself. I'm drinking bottles of wine on Friday night. Like we're only talking about bills, logistics, errands. I realized even before you start to fix your relationship, you really need to come home to yourself. You really need to take some time and figure out, who are you? Who is the woman in front of me now? Like when you stand in front of the mirror, who are you? What are your values? What are your relationship goals? What are some of the emotional baggage that you're carrying into this relationship? Because trust you me, you do have baggage that you are carrying into this relationship, whether you like it or not. Because human beings, that's how we are. We are constantly growing, learning and unlearning and relearning. So let's take a step back, look at some of these fears and insecurities that you have around love. This work is not just for single women. This is the kind of work that I did that changed my relationship. I went from almost nearly divorced to reconnecting with my man, and I did not have to plead, beg, or give any ultimatums for him to change or for us to like try and see what are the next best steps for our relationship. We only had one conversation and it changed our life. But it requires for you to do your own inner self-work. So this is such a fun membership where there are also other women in relationships, married women, high-achieving women, leveling up because they are done chasing love. And chasing love is not just you waiting for you texting a man first or you calling him first. Chasing love happens a lot in relationships. Chasing love happens a lot in marriages. Chasing love is simply one of the best examples is you accepting bare minimum treatment. Bare minimum treatment, like your man talking to you rudely, like you not resolving any conflict, like him staying out late for like days on end or even every weekend. Anything that's making you feel uncomfortable and deep down you know you're not happy, but you're just sitting there because you're keeping the peace. Babe, let me wake you up. You are chasing love. So if you're done with that kind of energy and you really truly want to turn around your relationship so you can get the love that you deserve, join the membership. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and check out the website with all the details for the Reset Your Membership in the description box, and see you there.